Hey everybody. All right, so yesterday we built Next.js basic site, got it set up on GitHub, and today I want to work on API development. I had mentioned we're going to use Polygon for the stocks, and I want to see what it can do and see how easy it is, and I'm going to show you what Postman is. Postman, we'll go into it. Postman's an API tester is the best way to put it. All right, let's get into code. Dun, dun, dun. This is what we did yesterday. Everyone's familiar with this. And now I'm going to show you Polygon. Pretty cool, wonderful little application. And I will show you the documentation and go through a lot of that. And I think that's going to help clarify some things. So one sec, and we will go into login. And I want to come here. So what I'm going to use my GitHub. So I sign in with GitHub. It's that simple. You can sign up. It'll already be there. And the documentation of this is truly amazing. Uh, right now I get 5 API calls a minute, end of day data, and 2 years of historical data, which is enough for what I'm trying to build, right? I just want something simple, and obviously it'll have my API key and things like that. But and don't worry, I'm going to rotate those API keys, so feel free to try and use them. All right. Uh, Next is what I want to show you is, let's see, is Postman. So what is Postman? It's an API platform for building and using APIs. Like you can go there, it's postman.com. It is, I wonder if this actually still works. Hey, it does. But it's not shown. Oh, there it is. Great. And postman.com. Cool. And yeah, it allows you to build APIs. And it's really easy to use. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. So this is my workspace, but I will use the desktop version. With the desktop version, you have a lot more functionality. You can do it on the web. It's up to you, but I'd recommend downloading the desktop version and just setting it up. You can set up authorization at your collection. So you can create a new collection right here. And by doing that, let me get this all lined up. By doing that, it'll allow you to do, right here is where create new collection. Let's see if it hovers. Yeah, there it is. Great. Um, get out of that. And then under the variables, you can create variables at the top level, and then you can create new requests. To create a new request, I'm going to move this right there. All right, so to create a new request, you simply click on this. Oops, not open track. You click right here, and you will actually go add request. But let's see what kind of request we want to do. So I want to go back to Polygon, and we'll do daily open close. So response object, this is the call, but what is the root, right? So all the way at the top of this, as you get started, and I'm going to use this one right here, this is the API that you're going to use. And it's api.polygon.io. So then if I copy that and I go into daily open close, and these are the parameters I need to pass. It says it right here. So let's go in here. I'm going to create a new request. Add request. And paste. And then I need this part, right? So it's version 1. These are the variables. So let's see what, here, I'll do stock. And whoops, didn't need that. I think I can just do this. Stock. Yep. And date. So really I want to enter a date. So let's do what's today. How does it need the date format? Year, month, day. All right, so I'll come back here. 2024, 03. And then since it's the end, I'm going to do that. And then what I can do in Postman is I highlight it and I click on set as variable. And I will enter it as date. Set as new variable, date. And I want it to be scoped to this collection. Set variable. Great. So now I have this v1 open close stock and date. And I'm going to run this and page not found. So that means I did something wrong up here. I had an extra slash. So let's do send. And there's the response. I got it open, I got it high, got a low close. And you're like, wow, I can just call that. No, there's another part that I left out. So in the collection, I have my authorization. And it actually tells you how to do the authorization up here. You can actually pass it as the API key on the query string, or you can set up a bearer token as part of the header. What's a bearer token? Well, with Postman, it's super easy. You click on authorization, you select which one you want, and in this case, we want a bearer token because it literally says bearer. It's really easy. And I select bearer token, and then I enter my API key down here. And then because it's at the collection level, I can go to any one of these and authorization down here, it'll say inherit from parent. So now anytime I make a call, it will actually do that call. So what I'm going to do right here, let me rename this to open close. Open close. Great. So now this is the open close one. So if I want to change the variable, I can change this to MSFT, and all of these can stay the same. This is for yesterday, so I go back to open close and I run this exact same one. Oh, gotta save it. MSFT, save. Great. So now when I come back here and I run it, and you get Microsoft. Here's the volume, after hours, pre-market, high, low, symbol, etc. And that is as easy as it gets of using an API. Truly impressed with how wonderful this is. So when you come in here, you can go to API keys after you've logged in. And keep in mind, this is on a free account. I'll show you the pricing models that they have. So in here, you can get started for free. You don't obviously get real-time data for free. That's $199 a month. But for free, just to play with this and for what we're building here, I can start with this. And I get indicators, I get corporate actions, fundamental data, 100% market coverage, and historical data, and end of day data, which is what I just called. So all of that is really, really cool. Life is good. So let's go back to the dashboard, and then you'll see what I'm currently set up for, and you can click on the RESTful documentation, and that's where it shows you how to make all the different calls. And they've actually done it really nice over here. Is if it's green, that means you have access to it on the free plan. If it's purple right here, so if it becomes purple, right, like all of these are now purple, right, those will actually be at an upgraded plan. It's pretty cool. Uh, well done, Polygon. Now the next part is to actually tie this into the actual website. And I am not going to do that part today. I just wanted to show you the API. So back to Postman. So I have multiple calls, right? and these are all, so the ticker is now Microsoft. It has all of these different attributes, which we can go over. Then I can look at this, and if I click on send, reference ticker, we'll do MSFT. And I click on send. There it is. Primary exchange. And then market status. This actually is pretty cool. This tells you the status of everything: crypto, foreign exchange, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, what kind of state they're in. And then the open close for whatever stock I have in my variable. In this case, it's Microsoft. And keep in mind, if I want to change this right here to whatever I want, I can actually remove it as a variable and enter the value directly, TSLA, and I do send, and there it is. And this is Postman. Highly recommended playing with Postman if you're going to do any type of API calls. It's free for the most part. As you start building teams, there's licenses and things like that. But it's really great to actually test APIs, set up quick calls. If you've ever used the curl command, this is like the curl command on crack. Truly amazing. And there's our website. And what we're going to do is create a dashboard that will have some of the responses that you saw here, which is returning JSON, which is great. And we can actually import that JSON into our website, make a simple call. And the other thing about Polygon that I want to point out is if I come down here, I need to cycle those. It actually has client libraries for all of this. And so let's go to JavaScript, right? It actually takes you to the exact repo of where their client JS is in this case. It's got WebSockets, it's got everything. And you can even enable debug mode to see if it works. It's been updated 4 months ago. Wonder how many branches there are. Yeah, but it's pretty good. I want to start playing with this, and we will do that real time probably this weekend. Overview. I think that's it. So that is everything from calling an API, downloading and installing Postman, understanding Polygon and how to actually implement it. And the get started is really great right here. And if I want, I can go here. I can look at my API keys, and I want to do manage. I only have one, but if I click on it, I can actually, how many requests do I got? One request, two requests, right? These are just my requests. And it shows you all the different calls that I've made and what I have access to, how many requests I have. You can even see the logs of what the requests were, right? Tesla, Microsoft tickers. It's pretty cool. Really great documentation for this. And then if I want, I can actually cycle these. So edit, and I can regenerate the key, which I will do right now, but not on camera. All right. So that's kind of all I had. Let me regenerate that. Yes, I do. And that has been updated. All right. So that's all I wanted to do today. Now you're familiar with calling APIs. Super simple. Uh, Polygon is a great way to get started, just getting familiar with APIs, getting JSON back, passing in parameters. We're going to implement all of that in code probably this weekend, and that will actually allow us to actually start getting the code onto the website. Sometimes you just want to just have a simple one. You'll enter a stock symbol, press enter, and you should see the stock quotes at that point. And that's what we'll be doing next. So I hope that helps, and I guess that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see y'all soon. All right.